Welcome back. You are now in episode 5. Wow, we've taken a while to get here. Starting to beef up now. I'm not gonna go as fast as I used to go. Shout out to Ayo the God, by the way. He's the guy on this beat. He produced this track. So a huge shout out to Ayo the God. So we are talking about branding yourself. How do you brand yourself? How do you put your things out there? This episode is going to talk about every other episode that we've gone through. And I'm going to add a few new things in between so that it's not just a refresher. It's more of like an, what word do I call this? It's more like additional information. That's what it is. That can help you understand more about what I've been talking about. So in episode 1, I was talking about how do you brand yourself. And when I talked about you being a brand as you being the person, your personality stands out. And that's what people interpret what you show them. If I show you something that looks like what it's supposed to be, you're going to believe me because that's what I'm doing. I have no reason to doubt that. But the problem comes when you have something to show, but you're not showing it because you don't think they're worthy enough to see it, or you don't think they're going to know what you're talking about because you haven't put it out for them. You have to balance the equation. If you have a logo, if you have a sign, if you have a poster, if you have a card, whatever that card is talking about, you can put yourself out in a way that can show that you're serious about what you do. And what am I talking about? You can literally brand your name, even your name. You can brand your name and put it on a shirt and put it in a stylish kind of format and sell it. This is like a freebie tip. Like, you can literally put your name on a brand, on a shirt, on anything, and use that. But of course, you got to go through the trademark and everything. But what I'm trying to say is the way you put yourself out there matters because it speaks volumes. And whatever you tell people, whatever you give people, whatever you show people, they're going to see that. And the only way to show that you're actually serious is by being consistent. That's 1. 2, I talked about the apps that you could use to change your life. Those apps that could change your experience. We talked about all of them. You can check them out in episode 2. But I feel like there's one particular one that you really need to get if you do this stuff. And that's constant contact. It's like MailChimp, but it's way better because you're now able to create everything that you wanted to do with your contact list within that platform, both on social media and off social media. So it's a great way of doing things, I must say. SEO 101. Episode 3 was really deep about brand awareness, brand recognition, consistency. Like, I talked about consistency in episode 1. So everything has to make sense. Like, you have to build your brand in a way that somebody can understand, in such a way that a kid can understand. So that if a kid understands it, you as a person can take that information and run with it. So you got to put yourself in a position where you can build yourself as a brand and actually show that information in a digital format. And that's by adding words that match up with the words that people search for on Google. And that's how you can find yourself out there. When you use constant contact, episode 2, you can be able to use Google, Facebook, Instagram, email triggers. You can use those things and actually confirm and actually boost your sales on all these platforms. And then if you have blogs and articles, that's a plus because that's on your website. So if somebody's checking your website or checking you out, they have stuff to see. They have articles to read. They have follow-ups to look at. When you show somebody consistency, they become attached to you. When you don't show consistency, they become detached to you. And that's not their fault because they have nothing to latch on. So you have to give them something that's a hook, which I talked about in episode 4, about having a hook. What is the hook of your LinkedIn? What is the hook of your Facebook? How do you put yourself out there? What's your bio? What's your profile? Some people are verified on all these platforms, but they have nothing to show. Some of them have nothing to show, but are out there doing whatever they want to do, but they're still getting recognition because they learned the art of understanding consistency. So from there, they can find their way out and become successful. Everybody can do that, but you just got to know what you're doing with your profile. I'll be honest. On my Instagram, sometimes I'm like, why am I getting 100 likes? Why am I getting 10 likes? It's because you got to know the days to post, the things to post, what to say, when to say. And it's not every day everyone's on social media. And of course, not all my followers are in the US. Not all my followers are in Canada. Like, everybody's listening to me from somewhere. And I appreciate each and every one of you for listening. So I just want to connect with people that understand the importance of all these things because it's out there. I'm giving you guys this information like I'm giving somebody I talk to, because I don't call myself a radio presenter. I don't call myself a DJ. Before I used to be called DJ Flaev, but I wasn't spinning records. I was producing, I was making things happen. So I'm able to form all this information and let you guys know that, hey, this is what is going down and this is what is needed. Let me give you guys a very simple example. If you have a brand A and you know that influencer A can help you, and influencer A has 500,000 followers, and that's what you need, right? Then you, the same A, go to influencer B, and that person has 5 million followers, but they're not in your country, or they're not your age group, or they're not your audience, but they got way more than this 500,000 people. Who are you gonna pick? Are you gonna pick the bigger number because it looks bigger and you think you can measure up, or are you gonna pick the smaller and capitalize on that? That's what you gotta do with your social media. It's as simple as that. So you gotta build that brand, build your confidence, build your name, build your lifestyle. Whatever you're doing on social media has to reflect what you do. If you keep posting stuff that don't look professional, nobody's gonna follow you. And the worst part of it all, shout out to Ashley Amina again on Creatively Cultured. She talked about having Instagram and Photoshop. Like, these are things that are happening in front of you. I'm not going to talk much about that, but she highlighted like those things, and she didn't talk much about it because it's already out there for you guys to see, to read. But why I'm bringing this up is because you got to bring out social media cues, and you got to learn the reason why you're bringing your brand out there. Like, there's a reason why. That question why has to be answered, because why is a problem, right? And when you have a problem, what do you need? You need a solution. So if you need a solution, what's your solution? So that why connects to your solution, which helps the people in need, so you can do what you need to do and reach those people in need. And that's the only thing you need to get yourself to the next level. So don't look for the bigger number. Don't look for all that glammy stuff. Just understand that this thing is very real. You have to be very careful on how you put yourself out there. And I'm going to say this, travel more, because when you travel more, you get more insight on things that are helpful to you. I have so many friends that travel, they go everywhere. And one of the people that really listen to me on this podcast, and I really appreciate you, is Alexis. Like, you are able to understand where I'm coming from when I talk about traveling, because she travels a lot, and she also does amazing things with her life, and you can see that she's happy because she's doing what she wants to do. And the more you travel, the more your mind opens up, the more you meet more people, the more you experience things, the more you understand logic, and the more you can interpret what you see, because not everybody has the same focus point. It's not real. Like, we are all different people. We're all from different places, different social norms, different everything. But you have to be so open and closed in that you can be able to contain everything coming to you, and you cannot be able to shake your foundation, because you need to set one. If you don't set one, someone's going to set it for you. At the end of the day, there's going to be one. And is it yours or is it theirs? It better be yours, bro. So that's what I had to tell you guys today. And I'm also going to tell you guys a little bit about why branding is important and what you can learn from this too. When you put your name out there as a brand, as a person, as a business, when you have things like a logo, when you have things like a video, and when you have things like a mission and a vision, those are the things that are going to give you core values, that are going to influence a mantra. And Google what a mantra is, because this is the We Don't Play podcast channel, and that's our mantra. Very soon there's going to be so much happening. I'm trying to see if I can make more open positions to have this podcast running and have more people on the show, because it's not just me. I love it when it's just me right now, but 2020 is going to be a whole different bunch of people talking about stuff here. And we're going to have interviews. We're going to have so many things coming up. We have so many things lined up for you for the rest of the year. We have a fashion show coming up in February 28th. Check out my Instagram. Check out the We Don't Play Instagram, which is Play Inc. Online. And you can get everything you want from there. Just feel free, talk to us. When I say us, there's a lot of people I work with. There are a lot of people that I connect with. And I want them to come out to the forefront so you can also see them. So very soon, I'm excited about this part. Very soon we're going to have the Play Inc. team. We're going to have everybody with their pictures, and everything's going to be out there looking great, so that you can actually meet these people, connect with them, talk to them, have a brand, and all these things I'm talking about, like LinkedIn, Facebook, SEO, blah, blah, blah. You're going to see all those things happening within this platform. Right now, this is just the foundation. Like, I'm loving this episodes because I'm actually giving out information that you guys will listen to, need, talk about, ask questions, but you're going to see it happen in real life. So don't worry about that. So I'm just here to simply tell you guys that whatever you guys learn, you guys have to grow your brand according to your size. You have to think about international laws. You have to think about economic laws. You have to think about political laws, because those things also affect your business. Let's talk about that. You need to make sure that everything you do, both within and without, has all those metrics taken care of. And there are top 3 things you need. You need a lawyer, you need a manager, and you need an accountant. Those are the 3 things you need to succeed in anything that you're trying to do. Whether corporate, whether individual, whether you're an artist, whatever it is, you need those 3 things. Producer, because you don't understand everything written down. There's so many artists I know today that if they hadn't written those contracts or assigned to them, they would have been big today. And they're back home, or some are out here and we don't even know the full story. But things happen. Things happen, guys. The entertainment law is serious. You need to know what you're signing up for. You need to know what you're signing, period. So I'm just saying this because you got to learn how you brand yourself, what you do with your music, what you do with your art. Very soon, I'm trying to see how we can make this work and possibly have artist management classes, which was actually raised by Ashley Amina, and she really brought it up, and I was like, yeah, we're definitely gonna do that. So you guys watch out for that. Also, watch out for another podcast segment that we're gonna be bringing soon, and that's gonna be with Kaylee. It's called Play on Life. So it's gonna be very deep. So you guys, there's so much happening. This episode is like me talking and ranting, but it's like giving you guys announcements in between. So anything I talk about right now is all calculated, but just pay attention, stay tuned, have fun, and let's do what it do. You know what I'm saying? Because right now, I'm trying to give you guys a real side of me, and this is me talking to you guys every day or every week, because I may not see you all, I may not know you all, but I'll definitely feel you guys when I know that I'm getting responses. When I see people listening, when I know you guys are listening from Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Anchor, I feel happy, I feel blessed. So I'm trying to brand this in a way that you guys can be able to get a lot out of me, out of who I work with, and most definitely have a hub for creative artists to culturally create a marketplace for themselves. It's crazy how this thing has evolved. So welcome to We Don't Play Podcast. We're gonna have a lot of reviews, so I can't wait. Very soon I'm gonna start the artist reviews. I talked about it some time ago, album reviews, and it's gonna probably be on Fridays. So it's probably gonna be called Play Friday. And yeah, let's do that actually. So tomorrow, it's official. Tomorrow we're gonna have Play Friday, and I'm gonna play music, and we're just gonna keep it rolling, and you're gonna listen to the songs. I used to do this before, but I was like, damn, how do I do this now? So now I have an Apple Music playlist, and I have a Spotify playlist. So the songs that are gonna be played are gonna be within that shuffle. And then I'm gonna like mark it down and then put it out on Play Inc. online, and also on my account on Flaev Beatz. And then you guys can check it out and listen and know which songs you like, because there are new songs out there. And I know definitely you guys will not be like knowing new songs until like a month later, because who's listening to new music every day? Not everybody, but there are people who do. And I'm very easy to catch on new music like that. So I'll be giving you guys some new music to listen to. I'll give you guys business tips. I'll give you guys real talk. And I'm definitely going to give you guys some tips on music plus more. So watch out for that. And if you haven't heard my new music, go check it out. It's called Rocket. And I thank every one of you for listening in. This is crazy. It's not easy to do podcasts. And I'm doing this raw, unfiltered, and just in. I don't care. Because I think the progress really shows impact when you look back years later. So with that being said, everybody, have a wonderful weekend. See you tomorrow, same time, 12 p.m. Peace.